So in this course, 30 hours course, we are discussing about 12 industries. So that these industries are telecom companies, oil and gas industries, utilities, hospitality industries, aviation, seaport, construction, medical services, transportation. In this field, how an electronics and communication engineer can get his job and what is his jobs and responsibility. We are discussing these scope in detail. Okay, this is what we included in this 30 hours section. So let us go to each and section, each industry by bit. Then let's see what are the things we included and how we are coming to this session and how can we get job in this field and what are the possible ways of getting jobs. Okay, let us go to the telecom companies. Okay, so telecom companies, I think no one doesn't require a justification or description for this kind of scope. So we have many telecom companies around us which give jobs for thousands of electronics and communication engineers. You know, if you are based in India, you can see in India more than 10 mobile operators are working. Apart from the mobile operator, there is BSNL is working. BSNL is government, so we're not talking much about BSNL. Let us see the sides of private. There are more than 10 companies are working. So what are the possible job opportunities in telecom sectors are? See, what are the business the telecom companies are doing? The telecom companies are providing landline, internet, and mobile services. In all of these three services, there are many networking components are included. Many communication, many networking components are included. So these networks are designed and implemented by electronics and communication engineers. Then you may have some question: how can we go and how can we find a job in this kind of field? The answer is very simple. See, when you are graduating from your college, maybe you doesn't have an idea that what are the possible job industries where you can try a job. So you are googling, okay, what are the possible ways in telecom companies? Okay, let's take an example. We have a Jio as a mobile company in India. It's a big mobile company. They have very big networks. But when you are searching in Google electronics and communication engineer job vacancies in Jio, you may not find an opening there. Why? You know why? Because in these companies the jobs are very specific. Okay, then you go to Google and search again fiber optic engineer opening in Jio. Okay, fiber optic engineer opening in Jio. Then you can find a lot of fiber FTTX engineer, OSP engineer, fiber optic engineer, splicing engineer, networking engineer. Many categories are there. Okay, when you see this advertisement, okay, job description, you are trying with your graduation degree. Okay, you have a graduation degree with you. You are trying to these companies. Maybe they will call you for an interview. They will ask you for, okay, what is your qualification? Okay, fine, you have an electronics and communication graduation, it is fine. But they will ask about what you know about fiber, how a fiber is connecting, how a fiber is testing and terminating, how can you design a fiber network, which you already studied in your university. Maybe most of you guys having studied fiber optic communication in universities, but you may not come across this application side, FTTX. Maybe you guys heard about fiber to home services, which is lead by uh, BSNL. Now Jio is doing, Airtel having, and many other operators also leading these services, fiber to home. So in this fiber to home, internet, telecom, and single fiber. So in the far end, in the exchange side, what will happen? The telecom, the landline plus internet plus your TV is multiplexed using a network, and it is fed through the fiber and it is coming to your home. In your home, it is reconverted to electrical signal and it is fed to your TV, modem, and your telephone. So this is FTTH or fiber to home technology. This is an advanced technology which many opportunities are there in the field. Okay, this is one. See, another opportunity is mobile companies. There are a lot of mobile companies which are coming up with new technologies. So now we are running on 4G network. There is 5G is coming. This 5G network is very reliable and very fast network. So if there are new network coming, there should be migration of equipment. There should be new equipment has to be installed in the network. So there will be possibilities of that job as well. So this is another kind of job. And there is another set. There are some companies which only provide internet services. You know, the cable network in your area, they provide internet services. So in telecom, there are wide varieties of jobs available in telecom companies. So we need to find specifically which are the possible job vacancies. We need to have clear idea about what are the technologies they are using. If you are trying in Geo, okay, if you are trying in Geo for a fiber optic engineer vacancy, they will clearly ask about your fiber optic skill, what you know about fiber optic cable, what are the possible way it can be connected, how it can be tested. So these kind of things will be asked in the telecom companies. Okay, coming to another, we will detailedly study these sections in the few the next slides or next classes. Okay, I will go to the next industry, oil and gas. Did you hear the see, let me go to who are the participants now. Okay, everyone can hear me properly? Could you please?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good, very good, very good. Okay. Okay, let us go to the another section, another industry. So, oil and gas industry. See, in oil and gas field, did you hear about oil and gas field communication network? In each industry, not only in oil and gas industry, each industry have a backbone communication network which is taking care of all these industries. No industry cannot work without a communication network. Okay, in every industry, if you see an oil and gas industry, if you see a telecom industry, if you see a fertilization company or any industry, all the industries are running with the help of a communication network. Okay, so let us come to the oil and gas industry. So mostly the oil and gas network, which is located in remote areas, let's say the oil wells or the gas wells are located in remote areas. From the remote area, the oil taking in the remote areas, which is coming to the refineries through pipelines, okay, through these pipelines. So there will be many communication parameters, like, okay, let's suppose the oil well is located in a remote area, and the people are sitting in the refinery area. We cannot engage one guy to monitor this oil well all the time. So we can engage a CCTV camera in that remote end. So in this remote end, we will engage a CCTV camera. So this CCTV footage has to be taken to our control room or control center via communication channel. So we can implement this communication channel. Okay, we can implement this communication channel through a fiber network, a microwave link, a copper network, any kind of links. Okay, so there is CCTV, and this oil well, there will be instrumentation. Okay, in this oil is taking from the wells, the oils are taking from the wells, and there should be instrumentation systems. How much is the temperature of this wall, how much is the pressure of this wall? This information has to be sent to the control room or the refinery through a communication channel. Okay, so because these oil wells are located in remote areas and our refineries are located in some other areas, so there should be communication between this refinery and the oil well in order to maintain a safe operation. So if a pressure is increasing in the wellhead side, it has to be sent, the information has to be sent to the control room. Then only the control room team can switch it off. Or, okay, let's say in an oil well head, something is happening, something wrong is happening in the oil well head side. So when a problem is happening, what the control room guy has to do, he has to stop that wellhead in order to maintain safe operation. That has to be done through this communication network. So This is one part of one job of communication. See, another part, if a guy is going to work over there, he need to make a conversation between the control room guy and the wellhead. He need telephone over there. Maybe many of the location, when you are going to deep desert or deep area, there won't be mobile signal. So we need to make a communication in between. We need to make a phone call. So this is another application. And most important thing is the instrumentation and control signal has to be sent to the control room or the SCADA room through this network. Okay, so we need to have an idea about this network. So basically, if you study any kind of industry, the internal network, the backbone network will be same. Even if it is oil and gas, it is utility, whatever, that you will understand in the coming sections. The backbone network will be same. Only thing is changing the foreign devices. Let's say we in an oil and gas industry, what we are monitoring, oil wellhead or gas wellhead, we are monitoring. In another industry, maybe we will look about substations, some other things. In the backbone network, the cabling, the network parameters, protocols, everything will be same, and which is common in all industries. If you learn one industry like this, like oil and gas or any kind of industry, you will be easily able to study other industries. Okay, you get the point? So this is about two industries. Let us have a quick questionnaire section. If you have any doubts, let us come back to the session. Do anyone have any questions? Please raise your hand and ask. Yes, Guru has a question. Please go ahead, Guru. Unmute yourself and go ahead with the questions. Yes, Guru. Any other Guru? Guru, you can unmute yourself and you can ask the question. Any other having Naeem, you have any questions? Dheeraj, Lini, and Jay Krishna?
No, sir, I have no questions, sir.
Okay, good. Did you understand about the two industries? We didn't go much detail. We'll go detail in the coming sections. Okay. This is just an overview. Lini, you have any questions? You can unmute yourself and you can answer.
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, good. Naeem?
No, sir.
Okay, good. Jai Krishna, I hope you doesn't have any question. Guru was raising his hand, and if you have questions, please ask now. Okay, let us go to the next section, utility industries. So do you have any idea? So I think let's unmute ourselves and let's have an interaction section that will be more comfortable. You guys also. Okay, you can unmute yourself. Everybody can unmute yourself. Okay, so you can see utility network. Look at here. This is a utility. So do you have any idea what is utility? Utility networks are water, electricity, telephone, kind of whichever we are using for our day-to-day life. That's are called utilities. So in utilities, I'm mostly discussing about electricity networks. Okay, this is an architecture of an electricity network. So what are the main sections in an electricity network? There will be power generation, distribution, transmission and distribution, and it will come to the consumption part. Okay, in the generation point there will be generators. In the transmission point there will be step up transformers, step down transformers, and it is coming to your home through distribution lines. Okay, in the generation point, okay, let's see this. Look at here, this is the generation point. Okay, in the generator there will be hydroelectric power plant, there will be thermal power plant, there will be nuclear power plant. In each power plant, when you are using any kind of power plant, there should be some instrumentation. So there will be some control center will be there. We need to control all the generator point. Okay, there will be generator we need to control. So the generator will be installed in some power plant area, and we need to have a control control communication to the whoever. If you have discomfort with the noise, you can mute yourself. Okay. So in in this generation point, there will be generators. These generators are controlled. These, look at these generators. These are controlled using control centers. So there will be control centers. These control center monitor the generators through a communication channel. There will be communication channel, and there will be SCADA. SCADA means supervisory control and data acquisition. So these generator point will be controlled by SCADA points. So these SCADA will be in the generator. And when you are coming to the transmission, okay, the transmission lines, you studied in the universities before itself. From a generator point, the transformer, the current will be step up using a transformer, and it will be distributed through transformers. So each point, these transformers information has to be collected in order to monitor in the control room. So let's say in a point, okay, in Bombay we have a generator point. We need to distribute or transmit this power to Kolkata or Delhi. So we need to use many substations in the whole way. But in the whole way, we need to have a control measures from the Bombay control center. In any point, do we have a drop in voltage? Do we have a drop in current? Any kind of, so all this information has to be monitored, and it has to be sent to the control room. You get my point? All the information, all the way. Let's say it is transmitting from Bombay to Kolkata, and all this way there will be transformers. All the information of the transformer has to be sent to Bombay control center. Okay, this can be established through using a communication network. Okay, this is the backbone. This is what I told, the backbone network. In the far end side, okay, what I told in the oil and gas. In the oil and gas, there will be oil wells, gas wells, everything will be in the remote areas. What are the information collecting in the oil and gas areas? It will be the information about pressure, it will be the information about temperature, these kind of things. But in transformers, what will be the information collecting? The information about current, the information about voltage, everything will be feed to our network, and it will be transferred to our control room. Okay, this is the architecture. Then when we are coming to the customer side, okay, customer side, nowadays most of the utilities are using advanced meters or smart meters. Lot of vacancies are arising in smart meter area. You can find, okay, smart meter engineer, you can google it. Lot of companies are doing this kind of. So what is meant by smart meters? These smart meters are normal electricity or water or gas meters which is working remotely. You can take your reading remotely from the control room or billing point. So when you want to make a meter to a smart, what we record, we need a communication protocol or a communication channel. Everybody having electricity meter in your home. Okay, so when you use the electricity, when you consume, there will be a reading. This reading has to be reached to the utility billing area through a communication channel. We can use many communication channels. So these kind of meters are called smart meters. It is depends upon many utilities. There are many kind of smart meters. There are advanced meters, smart meters, many kind of smart meters are used in all industries, I mean many utilities. So this is an important job area. It's a job description area where electronics and communication engineer can find your job in smart meter area, because this smart meter area is very much developing now, and there are not much candidates. So it is very easy for you guys to get into that field. You get my point? Because if you are trying along with, if you are trying in a mobile communication area, if you are trying job with them, there are many guys available in the market, then the probability of getting your job is very less. But if there is not much many candidates in the market, the probability of getting job is very high. So there are job vacancies available in the utility sectors. Maybe in the generation side, SCADA, communication, any kind of section, substation automation, everywhere. If there is any communication, you have scope. I mean, electronics and communication engineer have a scope. And coming to the customer end, there will be advanced meters or smart meters. And nowadays, there will be solar grid, solar microgrids, and electrical vehicles. When you are traveling, you can see electrical vehicle charging units in the petrol pump. You can swipe your card and charge your vehicle. So when you are swiping your card, what will happening? From the charger point, the information from your card has to be reached to the control room of the utility. Then only you will get electricity from that charger point. So there will be a communication. You get my point? These are the scope of electronics and communication engineers in utility area. So this is almost same. If you take a water network, it is almost same. Water will be stored in some reservoir, and it will be fed through some pipelines, and it will be fed to our customer end. So in the pipeline, there will be leakage system, leakage detection systems in each 10 kilometer, 50 kilometer area. There will be valves. These valves will be connected to some control system. These control system will be connected to our utilities control room. So what this control room will do? This control room will monitor these control valves. If there is any leakage in the control valve, they will close it. You get the point? So this is how the utilities uses communication as their heart. Okay, so there will be water smart meters for water smart meters as well. So this we will describe or we will detailedly study with live project examples in the coming sections. Okay, any questions so far? You can unmute yourself and you can tell. Any questions? I hope it's clear. If you have any questions, please raise your hand. Dheeraj, yes, Dheeraj, go ahead.
Sir, already, sir, read carefully in brochure, sir.
Sorry?
Sir, introduction, this introduction session.
Okay.
Already carefully read, sir, your brochure, sir.
My?
Brochure. Prospectus, sir.
Projector.
Prospectus.
Protectors.
Already, sir, read carefully.
No, I didn't get the point.
Sir, this is introduction session.
Okay.
Sir, this introduction already I read carefully, sir.
Okay. Then what is
sir,
okay? What is your question?
sir,
We can go ahead with the
sir,
yeah.
yes, sir. Already I am getting understood all introduction.
Okay, good, very good. So let us go to the next slide, right? Next industry.
Yes, sir.
Any other question? Naeem, Lini, Jay Krishnan, Guru, do you have any questions so far? Okay, I think everyone have a clear idea, and let's go to the next section. So this is another area where electronics and communication engineer can find their job. Look at here. Hospitality industry. When you look, what do you mean by hospitality? The hospitality industry means big hotels, resort, everywhere. When you go to some hotels or resort, there will be many CCTV cameras available. When you are going to a hotel, a highly paid hotel, there will be intercom network. I mean, you can access to the hotel through intercoms only. You may have to wait for the security come and place his card. Then only the door will open. So that's called intercom. When you are entering, you will be under the surveillance of a CCTV camera. So who is installing the CCTV camera? How the CCTV is working? CCTV is working with the help of CCTV camera, DVR, servers, and there will be communication cable, there will be power cables, everything will be there. So if you're thinking about, if you're looking about the intercom, there will be an intercom module in front of each building. There will be intercom building, interfaces will be. So these intercom has to be connected with some servers. It has to be connected with some server, and then only when you are placing your card, then only the intercom will read that card and it will give an access. Maybe the door will open. So this will be there, and there will be public addressing system. If a fire is occurring, there will be fire alarm. I missed the point, fire alarm. There will be fire alarms in each room. If something happens, if something fishy happening, the fire alarm will bring and it will give an information to the fire rescue team. Maybe it will send an SMS. So it has to be communicated. So if something happening in the, look at the perspective, if some fire is happening in your room number 202, there is a fire happening in 203, look at this room, there is a fire happening, and what the fire alarm dictate from which room it is happening, the fire is happened, and it will send this information to the main processor unit. The main processor will notify the information. It will send a SMS to the fire rescue team. So you get the architecture of communication from the fire alarm unit to the fire processing unit to the fire rescue team. Okay, so there will be fire alarm, CCTV, access control. There will be Wi-Fi systems. You can understand the Wi-Fi systems, right? In each floor there will be free Wi-Fi channels will be available, so we can browse it. So do you think in each floor there will be separate modems? No. So there will be only one internet connection coming to that building. They are splitting with the help of modems and other kind of network. So we will describe or detailedly study all these sections in the coming section. So this is another industry. So now you can understand. We discussed about telecom industry, oil and gas, utility, now hospitality industry. Okay, let us come to another industry, airport. So in our country, there are many airports available. In each airport, when you go to the airport, you can see airport management systems. When you are coming to an airport, there will be display unit which shows which flight came, which flight is in security, which flight have scheduled the time. So how the display unit is displaying. So the information has to come from the control room, and it has to be displayed in the TV in front of the airport. So there should be a communication network. It has to be established in between the control room and the TV. You get my point? So there will be display unit. When you are getting into the airport, there will be CCTV, access control, fire alarm. What we discussed, what we discussed in the hospitality industry, everything will be there. There will be fire alarm, there will be CCTV, Wi-Fi, fiber network, copper network, everything will be seen. So from this understanding, that's what I was telling from the beginning. If you learn one system thoroughly, the network, architecture, the connectivity side, everything, you can easily study other systems. So what is the advantage of studying many systems? The companies are hiring people depending upon their skills. I mean, let's say there is a company who is working for airport. Okay, when they are publishing a job advertisement, they will publish, okay, the guy who need to work in an airport, he need to understand airport systems like passage handling, free Wi-Fi, CCTV, access control, fire alarm, instrument landing system. So these systems can be easily, we can study with the help of some PowerPoint or some description, but we need to have an idea about the basic architecture. what is behind this network, what are the things behind this network. We need to have an idea that we can learn it from the beginning on the training section. Okay, so these are the main systems included in the airport. Okay, so let us come to another industry, building industry. You know, there are many high-rise buildings are constructing all over the world. So in building, when you are constructing a building, what are the main things? I mean, there will be medium voltage current is coming to our home, and there will be ELV, same like what we described, what we discussed in the hospitality industry. There will be CCTV camera, there will be access control, fire alarm, smart meters, solar systems, building automation, air conditioning, everything in this building will be controlled using building management system. Maybe you heard about BMS. So the BMS will be the heart of all the maintenance purpose. So to this BMS, all the CCTV, access control, fire alarm, gate barrier, everything will be connected. So if you need to get a job in a building construction industry as an ELV engineer, you need to have an idea about ELV system. What are the ELV systems? How the ELV systems are connected? How the network is designed? What are the components? And how the BMS is working? These kind of things has to be with you if you are going for an interview in a building construction industry. They will not ask, okay, do you have an electronics and communication degree? Okay, come. No, the things will not work like that. If you are going for an interview as an ELV engineer, so you should have an idea about at least, okay, everyone knows that you guys are fresher in this field. They won't ask you to commission any system, but they will ask, okay, what are the components of a CCTV system? What are the type of CCTV system you used? How the CCTV is connecting with the modem? These kind of things will be asked to you guys. Okay, this is a core area where you can find your core job as an ELV engineer. So if you look into your nearby or in any field, in any area, there will be many building constructors, many building contractors are working. Many building contractors. These building contractors, when you are constructing each building, there are no building without CCTV. There are no building without intercom. There are no building without fire alarm. There are no building without the solar systems, building automation systems. So you understand our scope in building construction industry. You get my point? Okay. So let me come to you. Do you have any questions so far? Any questions? Okay. Okay. You are clear with the sections? Naeem, Jay Krishna, Guru, Lini. You are clear? Naeem, do you have questions?
Sir.
Yes, go ahead.
No, sir.
Okay, don't have a question. Okay.
Question.
Okay. Jay Krishna, do you have any question? If you want to add your video, no problem. You can start your videos as well, no problem. Jay Krishna, you have any questions? Okay, he's typing. Okay, just a second. Let me go to the chat. You can even chat. You can type over here if you have questions. Okay, good. Lini, you have any questions so far?
No, sir.
Okay, it's clear, right? Okay, let's go to another industry. So these industries, whichever the industry we are discussing, we will study in detail how the industries are working, which is with the help of live interactive projects. Okay, so let's come to a medical industry. So when you're coming to a hospital, okay, when you're going to any hospital, there will be registration point. When you're coming to the registration point, you make a registration, you give your mobile number, email ID, and other kind of things. When maybe the receptionist guy will ask, okay, go and sit in another room. Then there will be display unit. That display unit will tell, okay, you have to go to which room. So did you think what are the network behind this? So from the receptionist point, from the receptionist to each room, there will be connected network. So your number, your name will be sent to concerned rooms. So there will be specialized system in hospital. There are many contractors which are mainly focusing on hospital communication systems only. Okay, they will only do hospital project. So there will be hospital kind of things, record system, patient management, scanning, X-ray unit, everything will be controlled using some communication system, and it has to be communicated. There will be Wi-Fi point, there will be CCTV, fire alarm, everything will be there. So you get, there are, so in for more than 5 industries we found CCTV. So CCTV is one of the major component in each industry. So if you learn CCTV only, you can find jobs as a CCTV engineer. You just Google it, CCTV engineer job vacancies. Okay, we'll discuss how you are going to find or you are going to search your job in different fields. Okay, so this is what we call an industry, a medical industry having communication. So there will be specialized systems like nurses call. When you go to a hospital, when you are bedded in a hospital, if you have some problem, you can switch it on. You can call a nurse without, there will be an indication given to the nurse's room. Okay, there is a call from room number 7 and she need to go there and need to visit this patient. She or he has some emergencies. Okay, so these kind of things. So there are many contractors only working hospital project. So you have a chance to get job in these contractors companies. Okay, so another point is transportation companies. See, there are transportation companies like public transportation systems like railway, metro, car, public parking systems, free Wi-Fi spots. When you go to some buses, okay, you punch your card, then the reader will read your card, and so that means that reader is connected to that RT or transport company's network. So there will be a communication going on between that reader and the RTA network or the transportation network. Then only when we punch a card, it will give an indication that, okay, this card has low mileage or low money. Okay, so there will be a communication. When you get into the bus, okay, there are 5 guys that are getting into the bus. There will be smart buses. One guy, he didn't punch it. How it will be counted? So there will be counting machines on the top of the bus. When 5 guys entered, only 4 guys punched their card. One guy didn't do that. What the system will do, there will be a system in the bus. It will send a message to the control room that there is one guy who's getting from the bus from A point and he didn't punch it. Maybe in the B or C point, there will be inspectors. They will get into the bus and caught the guy. Okay, and there will be free Wi-Fi's inside the bus. Then what are the CCTV? What is meant by Wi-Fi? How a Wi-Fi is distributing in a building or a school? It is very easy to do in any point. Okay, if you know how a Wi-Fi is distributed in a home, you can easily do it in a car, or sorry, in a bus or any metro station, anywhere. So these are the transportation point of view, and there will be e-toll gates. So these toll gates, smart parking, card reading, CCTV, Wi-Fi, everything will be. Oh, and one more thing, I missed that point. There will be flash cameras, speed cameras. How the speed cameras are working? When you rush drive, when you speed up in an area, what will happen? There will be flash camera. It will catch your photo of your car and it will send it to the police, and you will get a notice or you will get a ticket that you have this much problem, or you have affairs which are included in the transportation areas. Okay, so let us go to another industry, IoT. Now everyone, I think this doesn't require just a description. IoT, everyone have an idea about IoT. So everyone is ordering food in Zomato, Zigby, Uber Eats, everywhere. So these kind of, and moreover, now our class is working on IoT. Anything which is working with the help of internet, we can call it as a IoT. Anything. So there will be IoT-based classrooms, IoT-based transportation systems. When you can watch movies in Netflix, YouTube, these kind of platforms. You can book your tickets. There will be Book My Show. There you can order food through Zomato. So these kind of things. Even you can control the equipments in your home using your mobile. So your mobile has to be linked through an internet platform, and the internet, that's what is the what is the beauty of internet? In internet, if you connect it from anywhere, so you see, we are almost 6 guys in this classroom. We are logged from many part of the world, any part of the world, different part of the world. We are connected with the help of internet. This is the beauty of internet. If you have some internet access, if you want to connect something to any part of the world, which is very easy. This is the beauty of IoT. So this IoT can be implemented in anywhere, any point. So if you want to work in IoT, what are the main important things you need to know? What is meant by IoT? If you want to implement IoT in any system, you should have an Internet of Things. That's it. So in this section, we will describe or we will discuss about what are the main topics in IoT, what are the trending topics, how it is implemented in everywhere, into day-to-day life, how it is implemented, that we will describe in detail. So these are the topics we are going to discuss in our 30-hour sections. Okay, so let me come to the 30-hour sections schedule one more time. So our network will be like this. So we'll okay. So in our first module, we will have classes for communication systems. What do you mean by communication system? What are the media, communication media? What are the guided, unguided media? There will be fiber optic, copper, hybrid cables. Its installation, testing, termination, everything will be there. And there will be structured cable system, design, implementation with the help of live project. At the end of this section, what we'll do, we will do a project to estimate, design and estimate telephone, internet, Wi-Fi and TV facilities in a campus. Okay, so let me show you what do you mean, what you're doing by project. So in a project, when you're going to any company, you will not get a chance to go and directly do all the things from the beginning. Okay, you may need to sit in the office, you may need to understand the things, you may need to design, you may need to estimate things. So when you're going to some companies, they will ask, do you have any idea about estimation? Do you have any idea about designing? So these kind of things will be studied or discussed in this project section. So we will have a scope of work. So we will together we will discuss about the scope of work of the project. So in this project, there will be what will be our scope of work? It is design, estimate the telephone, internet and Wi-Fi network of a campus. Let me go to the project description document. Okay, okay, there will be understanding of scope, then there will be design, there will be drawing should be drawn in AutoCAD, there will be BOQ preparation, it should be in Excel sheet, and there will be pricing. Everything will be done by ourselves. I mean, we'll do it together. Okay, so at the end of this this module, you will have an idea about what is meant by design, estimation, everything. And the technical part is something different. You will learn about fiber optic cable, testing, termination, how it is connecting, how it is designing, how we can use this networking or communication network for a application side. Okay, this is what we are doing. This is what we are going to do in the first module. Okay, any questions so far? Any questions? Naeem, Jay Krishna, Lini, you have any questions, please?
No, sir.
No questions so far?
No, sir.
Okay, let us come to the next section. Next module. In the next module, we will study about networks. What do you mean by network? So in communication, you see, in the beginning, we discuss about many industries. We talk about communication network and networking. There will be networks. There will be WAN network. There will be LAN, MAN network. What you mean by switches, router, hub, firewall, these kind of things. We will study these things with the help of application projects. Okay, with the design project, with the live project, we will study about this network, hub, router, and firewall, how it will be implemented. Then we will study about FTTH, how an FTTH network is working. Then if you study this section, you can try a job in Geo or any kind of company which is working which is working on fiber optic network. Okay, this is what we study in the second section. In the second section, there will be a project. In this project, what we will describe, we will study about Cisco Packet Tracer. Maybe you heard about Cisco Packet Tracer. What are the stimulate a network? You can we can design some network and we can connect routers, switches, everything, and we can do testing from your home itself. You need not to buy a router or switch. Okay. In the project 2, CCNA, when you study CCNA, this portion will be covered. This is a half portion of CCNA we are covering in the second module. In the third module, we were discussing. Excuse me. Could you please mute yourself? Okay. In the third module, we are discussing about telecom side. What are the telecommunication parameters? What is meant by landline? How a landline is designed? How a telephone exchange is designed? How PDH, SDH, DWDM network is working? How MBLS is working? Tetra radio. So these kind of things are the basic of telecommunication, which is using in all network. So we need to study about this network. Okay, so the first module we will study about communication network. Second, we will study about networking. The third, we will study about basic telecom principle, how the landline is working, how a mobile communication is working, what are the difference between 4G, 3G, and 5G network. And in the third module we will discuss or compare all the networking, all the network operators in India. We'll compare what are the technologies using in BSNL, what are the technologies we using in Geo, what are the technologies we using in Idea and Airtel. We'll compare. Okay. In the fourth module, we are discussing about ELV systems, extra low voltage system. We will thoroughly study about security systems, CCTV, access control, intrusion detection, fire alarm, intercom, gate barrier, public addressing system, PABX, nurses call, audio visual, video conferencing. All the things will be discussed. We'll have a thorough discussion on each section. There will be dedicated section for each units or each systems. So we'll have an understanding about this. See, at the end of this section, there will be another section called project management. It's a non-technical section, but you cannot say it is a completely non-technical section. It will be a technical section, but in this section, what you are going to train you is when you are going to some companies, when you are engaged with some companies. Okay, you got a job in any company. You go first to the company. They may not ask you to do all the things or the commissioning job or the big task. Maybe they will ask about, okay, what are your skill? What is your computer skill, computer proficiency skill, Microsoft Office skills? Okay, make an Excel sheet. How you can calculate these things? How you can make an estimation? How can you make a schedule? How can you make a plan? These kind of things will be described in detail, because these are the main targeted topic. When you are going for a work, they won't ask you much about the technical. Maybe when you are into the company, when you get the job inside the company, or when you're going for the job, they will definitely test your Microsoft Office skill. Okay, this has to be learned. Excel has to be learned. Microsoft Office, Word has to be learned. PowerPoint has to be learned. Everything has to be thorough. At least in an intermediate level, you need to study. That's an important must thing for all engineer guys. Okay, then another topic. Okay, you studied everything. You have knowledge about communication. You have knowledge about networking. You have knowledge about oil and gas. You have knowledge about the systems in utility. You have the knowledge about the systems in construction industry. Let's say you have everything, you know everything, but your CV, when you open a CV, it only tell, okay, my name is so and so. I have graduated from this college with 80%, and my hobbies are cricket playing, listening music. Finish. When you are trying for a job, any job, any employer, when they are considering a candidate for a job, they will look into his skills. Okay, let's say I am hiring a ELV engineer. I'm a builder guy. Okay, I'm looking for a guy to work in my ELV project. I'm looking for a guy who has an idea about ELV systems, extra low voltage systems. I will ask about, okay, what are the main ELV system you handled? Maybe you have an idea about CCTV, you have an idea about structured cabling, you have an idea about fire alarm, you have an idea about intercom. But if you don't mention these things in your CV, how the interviewer will understand you have that idea? So the most important thing, you should have a professional CV before going for any kind of interview. That professional CV, okay, we will describe, we will teach you, train you how to make a professional CV, how you can represent yourself. Because with this 2-page or 3-page, you are representing your skills and skill set and your abilities to a unknown person. Maybe they will look into your CV maybe for 5 seconds. This 5 seconds time, they should strike on that point which they are looking. Okay, you have experience in telecom company, you have experience in Geo, you know about fiber network, you have idea about routers, switches, everything. Okay, let's say, but you have, you know how the CCTV is working, how the building management system is working, everything you know, but you didn't mention in your CV, only mentioning about I have working with Geo, I am giving connection for families, I'm testing fiber. But if you are going for an interview with an ELV guy, you should mention that topic also in the CV. So there should be specific CVs for specific jobs. This is a little trick. Okay, when you are preparing for any kind of job, you should be tricky, because you are selling your skills and skill set to the employer. That an employer is sitting, he is not looking to your percentage. What are you done in your college, what you done, if you have 90%, doesn't matter for that employer. What the employer matter, what is the skills and set which the employer is looking, do these skills have matching with the candidate which he is interviewing? If you are fit for that, you are in. Otherwise you will be losing that chance. Okay, so this is how a professional CV writing. It's I just give a brief idea only. There will be big sections coming, I mean maybe 2-hour session, how to prepare a CV in the end of these modules. Okay, then there will be interview sections, how you are going to attend these interviews. There will be strategies for each interviews. There will be face-to-face interview, telephonic interview, Skype interview, and job searching techniques, how you can search job. You see, in the beginning itself, from the beginning, we were discussing about different kind of different field. Okay, different field, we have job openings. So each job description, each industry's job description will be differ from one field to another. So if your CV which you are trying for an airport based job is differed from an CV which you are looking, which you are applying for an ELV company. Okay, so these kind of trick has to be known, then only we can walk into the job. Okay, this is what we were describing or detailedly describing in the 30-hour sections. So now I just briefly describe in each section, but in the real training section, we will thoroughly go to each section. We will spend time on each section. We will get to understand, or we'll talk, we'll discuss. There will be a project. You have to do work from your home and you have to send it back to us for review. Then will be the training will be gone. And once the end of this section, you will have a professional CV. You'll have face-to-face interview training, telephonic interview training, Skype interview training. Everything will be there. Okay. So these are some important companies where you can find your jobs. Let me minimize it. So these are some companies, some core communication based company where you can find your job. Maybe you can find your job in these companies, and in the beginning may not be, but you can try in the subcontractor. But we need to know which are the subcontractor for these companies. Okay, so this is what we are aiming in this 30-hour section. Okay, so let us come to our question answer section. If you have any questions, please go ahead. You can unmute yourself and you can ask your questions. Whatever the question you can ask, please. Please unmute. Yes. Go ahead with the questions, please.
Sir, project are performing in our video lecture session.
Sorry.
Project are you are performing in video lecture section.
Okay. You can speak in Hindi as well, not an issue.
Live
आपको हिंदी में बात कर सकते
बोल
हैं.
रहा हूँ सर कि आप जब प्रोजेक्ट करवाएंगे, हाँ सर प्रोजेक्ट करवाएंगे ना,
हाँ.
तो
Yes.
लाइव सीजन में ये जो होगा इस सीजन में.
There will be live projects. I'll show you one live project which we working in oil and gas. Look at a network, a communication network. We are going to discuss which is about oil and gas. So in this live project session, we are going to see how you are going to read a project drawing. Look at this PPT PDF file. There will be a description about the project. See, so this is a live project which is by Saudi Aramco. This is a block diagram which describing about modems, OSP copper network, microwave, RTU. These kind of things we'll discuss. You will understand only after studying all our material. Then only you will understand these projects.
Okay,
So while we doing the project, we will understand. We will have a discussion about what are the things we are, what will be the scope of work, how we are reading this drawing. Okay, if you have a drawing, you need to read this drawing from beginning, maybe starting point to ending point. You need to read. You need to understand what is in this drawing, and maybe if you have some technician, you need to tell this technician, okay, this is the work you are going to do. Or if you are a design engineer, if you are an estimation engineer, you need to count the things in this drawing for making estimation. Okay, so reading scope of work, understanding drawing, and making estimation. These are the project activities what we are expecting from you guys.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum salam. Yeah, go ahead. Can you mute yourself, Guru? Okay.
हाँ अजमल सर, मैं मोहम्मद बात कर रहा था.
Yes,
सर,
yes, मोहम्मद.
मैं लेटली ज्वाइन हुआ अभी एक 15-20 मिनट्स के पहले.
Okay.
मुझे ये पूछना था कि मेरा इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स ब्रांच है, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स एंड कम्युनिकेशन, और जो मुझे 3+ इयर्स ऑफ एक्सपीरियंस है टेक्निकल सपोर्ट और सिस्टम इंजीनियर में.
Okay.
सो मुझे कौन सा चूज करे तो मुझे गल्फ में जाने के लिए मैं ट्राई कर रहा हूँ.
See, in our 30-hour section, we are not only focusing one industry. This is the beauty of this training itself. We're not only focusing one industry. We are focusing around 10 industries. Okay, how we are focusing this 10 industry? In each industry, there are some common points. We are going to study that common point thoroughly. The backbone network and the networking part we will study thoroughly. The only change is only small changes. If you are in a utility, there will be a utility kind of application. If you are in an oil and gas, there will be oil and gas kind of application. If you are in construction, there is oil construction. But at the end of the day, then the basic network or the basic architecture will be same. So in the classroom or training session, what we are going to teach you is the basic architecture. What is meant by communication? What is meant by network? What is meant by other components which is connecting to this? Okay, you get my point?
Okay.
So with this training, you can try any kind of any job, but make sure that maybe you need to start as a beginner in each field. If you have an experience in telecom, if you have an experience in mobile communication, if you are trying to get a job in oil and gas, they will only consider you as a fresher.
Yes, yeah, you are right.
Okay, this is the point. But you can try. I mean, the 3-year experience is not an issue. You can try it to any of this field, any of these 10 fields.
Okay. आप जो बता रहे हैं, जो ये कोर्सेस है all branches के लिए हो सकता है हमारे?
Not all branches. We are targeting more than 10 industries.
Okay.
10 industries. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay.
Okay.
Sir, one more question, sir.
Yeah. Go ahead.
सर, जो अब तक जो आप बताए हैं, ब्रीफली जो इंट्रोडक्शन कुछ बता सकते हैं इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स ब्रांच के लिए क्या फायदा हो सकता है इससे सीखने से?
I'll do one thing. I will share you the video from the beginning. Yeah, I'll share
Yeah,
you.
sir. Sure.
There is
Sure,
a
sir,
recorded
sure, sir,
recorded session.
sure,
And
sir.
at the end of each classes, I will share you PowerPoint as notes for learning. I will share you study material. I'll share you project documents. Everything will be there, and you need to work from your home. I mean, there will be projects in each section. Maybe in every the whole courses will be 30 hours. In